Game three, do or die. Just how's practice been, and then what's the mentality going into it?
Yeah, it's been good. I think guys are just excited, ready to go. Obviously, it's a shorter week, so getting the body right. But yeah, we're looking forward to it. We know it's going to be a battle. It's going to be the same as the first two games. We've messaged it all along. They're a tough team to break down, and we need to come out with that same intensity we did in the second game and try to score an early goal. We know it's going to be tough over there.
How important is it, or to get guys in the box? We've heard about that.
Yeah.
So how important is that going to be?
Yeah, really important. Obviously, you saw how that helped us in the second game. On all of our goals, we had a lot of numbers in the box, and definitely helped to create those chances. So we got to continue to do that stuff. We continue to work on in training this week, different ideas that we saw even from game two of how we can break them down. So it's going to be a similar mentality to get numbers in the box.
In that, how important is the last one? Sorry, how important is defense? Because we've noticed that I was talking to Eddie Rose. There's a play that how important is defense for you all up forward? How important is
Yeah,
that?
it's big. It's big. We want to still be aggressive away from home and press in the right moments and try to. I think there's different ways that we can create chances, and one of them is winning the ball higher up the field and kind of trying to transition quickly before they get set in their block. So, different ways we're exploring to try to break them down, but defensively we got to be really strong over there.
Jordan, going back to the offensive end, you said different ideas. How important was that fluidity in game two, being able to play a variety of different ways against them?
Yeah, it's huge, and we saw that and even the difference between the first half and the second half. I thought maybe the second half we were a little bit too static, but the first half we were very fluid in the way that we moved. And when you play against a back five, you have to do that in terms of trying to disorganize them and confuse them and break them down in those ways. So again, stuff we've continued to work on this week, but I think you saw that how that worked in the first half.
Do you feel like Minnesota may tweak a couple things to go against you guys?
Potentially. I mean, they're a very good team, well coached. They had some moments in the second half where they were on top of us a little bit, so they could look at how maybe they press a little bit higher up the field, and we got to be ready for whatever they bring.
Jordan, how do you prepare mentally for a game like this? You specifically, a lot of when you're the nine, when you're that guy is like your responsibility to score. It's the game three. Mentally, how do you prepare for something like that?
I mean, these are the best games. This is what you look forward to. There is maybe that little bit of added pressure, but especially for me being out a lot of this year, this is kind of what I was looking forward to, is these type of games, trying to come back and help the team in a decisive game like this, in a game three, trying to move on in the playoffs. So yeah, there's that little bit of added pressure, but obviously a lot of guys have been through it before in games like this. We have experience in games like this, and for me personally, I want that responsibility. I want to be the guy that leads the team forward and tries to score the goals to help take us through. And like I said, during my recovery this year, thinking about these games is what kept me going. So I'm looking forward to it.
Throughout this series, the refereeing's been, questionable. You guys don't worry about the refereeing, but, I was watching the game over this morning, and Jefferson Diaz was getting away with a lot of stuff. The defenders are physical. They're stepping, How do you prepare for that sort of physicality and keep your composure when maybe calls don't go your way?
Yeah, I think you have to match it. You got to match that physicality. You can't be, bullied on the situations. They are a very physical team. It's kind of their calling card and what makes them tough to break down, especially at home. In the first game as well, they were very physical, and it makes it tough. So you talk to the ref, you let them know, but yeah, you can't lose your composure because little moments in these games make the big difference. So we got to stay smart. We got to stay as a group, protect each other, but match that physicality.
How does it help you? How does it help you guys that you've been in these type of games a lot?
Yeah.
That everyone on this team basically has experience in this type of situation.
Yeah, and even this year with Leafs Cup, we played in games like this. So, obviously there's still going to be nerves. They'll have those nerves. It's normal. It's exciting. But I think maybe they're a little bit less than they would have been before if you hadn't played in a game like this, and just understanding kind of all the little moments in these games add up. So, the extra little bit of defensive work rate, the extra ball that you win in the air, the extra duel that you win, all that stuff is so important. And we have guys that understand that all those little things add up to help us win these games. So I think having that experience is huge going into moments like this.
Christian Roldan was named to the MLS Best 11, also the national team, another call up there. Just thoughts on that honor for Christian, specifically to the Best 11?
Yeah, that's awesome. He deserves it. He's had an incredible year, helped to push us forward, and he deserves that recognition. So I think for a long time he's been underrated in this league, and for him to get that recognition is awesome because he had an incredible year, and we're proud of him. So he's done a great job, and I know him as well as the rest of the group are looking forward to trying to win another trophy.